Hello students, welcome to another video of number 3. Today we are going to discuss how to find the solutions of the congruences. So to find the solutions of the congruences, we are just going to check the residues under modulo m. So solutions of the congruences. Solutions of the congruences. Let suppose this R1, R2 up to Rn denotes the CRS under modulo n. Instead of Rn, I will use the Rm. Let R1, R2 up to Rm denotes the residues under modulo m. Then the number of solutions of f of x is congruent to 0 modulo m. Previously we have seen the solution of the congruences, and in which the congruence is of the form Ax is congruent to b mod m. Now today we are going to check the solutions of the congruences in which the element is polynomial, that is f of x, which is congruent to 0 modulo m. This R1, R2, Rm denotes the residues under modulo m, or we can say that these are the solutions under modulo m whenever these number satisfies this congruences. These numbers R1, R2 up to Rm satisfy this congruences. Is solutions of the congruences is number of Ri's, these number of Ri's such that these Ri's satisfies these congruences, such that f of Ri is congruent to 0 modulo m. The R1, R2, Rm, if the R1, R2, Rm denote the residues under modulo m, then the number of solutions of the congruences are just the residues from these numbers which satisfies this congruence, that is f of Ri is congruent to 0 modulo m. For example, we will take the example so it will be more clear. Example, find the solution of the congruence. Find the solution of the congruence. Find the solution of the congruence if that solution exists. If exists, the congruence is f of x is congruent to 0 modulo 5. F of x is congruent to 0 modulo 5, where f of x is equals to x square plus 3x minus 2. X square plus 3x minus 2. Now we will first of all we will find the residues under modulo 5, and we know that the residues under modulo 5 are 0, 1, 2 up to 3 up to 4. Now for each residue, that is R1, R2 up to Rm, or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we will check each and every number, that is each and every these Ri which satisfies the congruence, the numbers which satisfies this congruence, the numbers are said to be the solutions of this congruence. So we know that the residues under modulo 5 are here. The CRS modulo 5 is zero, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So first, and f of x is given as x square plus 3x minus 2. So first of all we will check for 0. Therefore f of 0 is equals to 0 square is 0, 3 into 0 is 0, which is equals to minus 2, and this minus 2 is under modulo 5. Minus 2 is not congruent to 0 under modulo 5, since minus 2 minus 0 is minus 2 and 5 does not divide minus 2. So f of this x is equals to 0 is not a solution, solution of f of x is congruent to 0 modulo 5. 0 modulo 5. Now similarly we will check for f of 1. F of 1 is 1 square 1 plus 3 into 1 is 3 minus 2, which is equals to 2, and this 2 is not congruent to 0 modulo 5. Hence f of x is equals to 1 is not a solution of f of x is congruent to 0 modulo 5. Now for x is equals to 2, f of 2 is equals to 2 square plus 3 into 2 minus 2, which is equals to 4 plus 6 minus 2 is equals to 8, and 8 is not congruent to 0 modulo 5 since 5 doesn't divide 8. Therefore this x is equals to 2 is not a solution of f of x is congruent to 0 modulo 5. Similarly for 3, x is equals to 3, we will check 3 square plus 3 into 3 minus 2, 3 square is 9 plus 3 is 9 minus 2, 18 minus 2 is 16, and 16 is not congruent to 0 modulo 5. Hence x is equals to 3 is not a solution. X is equals to 3 is not a solution of the congruence f of x is congruent to 0 modulo 5. Now for x is equals to 4. Now for x is equals to 4, f of 4 is equals to 4 square plus 3 into 4 minus 2, 4 square 16 plus 12 minus 2, 10 plus 16 is 26, and this 26 is not congruent to 0 under modulo 5 since 5 doesn't divide 26. So x is equals to 4 is again not a solution. Therefore f of x, which is equals to x square plus 3x minus 2 is congruent to 0 modulo 5, has no solution. Has no solution. Similarly, the next example is show that x square plus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo 5, has two solutions. Has two solutions. In this solution, similarly we are going to find first of all the CRS under modulo 5. CRS under modulo 5 is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and f of x is x square plus 1. So for x is equals to 0, f of 0 is equals to 1, and 1 is not congruent to 0 modulo 5. Therefore this is 0. X is equals to 0 is not a solution, is not a solution of the congruence. X square plus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo 5. Now for f of x is equals to 1, f of 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2, and this 2 is not congruent to 0 modulo 5. Therefore x is equals to 1 is again not a solution of that congruence. For x is equals to f of 2 is 2 square 4 plus 1 is 5, and 5 is congruent to 0 modulo 5 since 5 divides 5. Therefore x is equals to 2 is x is equals to 2 is solution of the congruence x square plus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo 5. Now for x is equals to 3, f of 3 is equals to 3 square 9 plus 1 is 10, and 10 is congruent to 0 modulo 5. Hence this x is equals to 3 is a solution of this congruence. X square plus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo 5. Now for f of 4, f of 4 is 4 square plus 1 17, which is not congruent to 0 under modulo 5. Hence this x is equals to 4 is not a solution. Therefore from this we can say that hence x is equals to 2 and x is equals to 3 are the two solutions of the congruence. X square plus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo 5. Hence there are exactly two solutions. Now the next example is for your homework. Find the number of solutions of first congruence is x square minus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo 8, and the second one x square plus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo 7. In similar manner, first of all find the CRS under modulo 8 and check for each and every residue. In the second one, first of all find the CRS under modulo 7 and check for each number, the numbers which satisfy this congruence are said to be the solutions of that congruence. Now we will take one theorem, one of the simplest theorem. In similar theorem, in same theorem we have seen in the earlier, I think in the first chapter. So theorem is, statement of the theorem is, if D divides M, that is D is a positive divisor of M, and U, small u, is solution of f of x is congruent to 0 modulo m, f of x is congruent to 0 modulo m, then u is also a solution of f of x is congruent to 0 modulo d, f of x is congruent to 0 modulo d. Now to prove this theorem, we have given D is positive divisor of M and U is solution of this congruence, and we have to prove that U is also a solution of this f of x is congruent to 0 modulo D. Since given that U is solution of f of x is congruent to 0 modulo m, f of x is congruent to 0 modulo m. This implies U satisfies this congruence, that is f of U is congruent to 0 modulo m, f of x is congruent to 0 modulo m. Now by using definition of congruence, we can write m divides f of U, m divides f of U. Now using definition of divisibility, we can write f of U is equals to m into some k, where this k is an integer. This is by definition of congruence, by using definition of congruence, and this is by definition of divisibility, by definition of divisibility. Now also we have given that D is a positive divisor of M, that is D divides M. Since this D divides M, this implies M is equals to D into some another integer, suppose K1, by using definition of divisibility. So from this, the value of m is equals to d into k1. We can put the value here. Suppose this is the equation number 1. Now equation 1 becomes f of u is equals to d into k1 into this k. So we can write f of u is equals to d into some k prime, where this k prime is equals to k1 into k. So again, by using definition of divisibility, we can say that d divides f of u by definition of divisibility. So again, we can use the definition of congruence, or we can write d divides f of u minus 0, and then by using definition of congruence, we can say that this f of u is congruent to 0 modulo d by definition of congruence. Hence the proof of this solution, we have given d is positive divisor of m and u is solution of f of x is congruent to 0 modulo m. Then we have to prove that u is solution of f of x is congruent to 0 modulo d. Since from the given things, we can write this f of u is congruent to 0 modulo m, and by using definition of congruence and definition of divisibility, we get f of u is equals to m into some k. Also we have given d divides m. So using definition of divisibility on d divides m, we can write m is equals to dk1, putting the value of m is equals to dk1 here. Then we get f of u is equals to this d into some another integer, suppose k prime, and again using definition of divisibility and congruence, we can write f of u is congruent to 0 modulo d. That is the solution of proof of our theorem. Now the next lemma is, the statement of the next lemma is, let q be a prime factor of a square plus b square. Q be a prime factor of a square plus b square, and if q is congruent to 3 mod 4, then either q divides a, then q divides a and q divides b, q divides a and q divides b. So we are going to prove, first of all, we have given that in the proof of lemma, let this q be a prime factor of a square plus b square, and also we have given q is congruent to 3 modulo 4, and our claim is q divides a and q divides b. Now first of all, we will prove this q divides a, and now similarly we can prove q divides b. So first of all, to prove q divides a, contrary suppose q doesn't divides a. Now q is a prime number, and this q doesn't divides a means the GCD of a and q is 1, that is q and a are relatively prime numbers. So therefore GCD of a and q is equals to 1. Now using the result, that is if the GCD of a and m is equals to 1, then the congruence ax is congruent to 1 mod m has unique solution. That is, using that result, we can write the congruence. Ax is congruent to 1 modulo here q. Ax is congruent to 1 mod q, has unique solution, has unique solution. Suppose that solution be A bar. This is by using the theorem. The theorem is, if the GCD of A and M is equals to 1, then the congruence AX is congruent to 1 mod M has unique solution. Is in that result, I can write AX is congruent to 1 mod Q has unique solution, and that solution be A bar. Therefore, this A bar is solution of this congruence, means this A bar satisfies this congruence, that is A bar is congruent to 1 mod Q. A bar is congruent to 1 mod Q. Now squaring on both sides, squaring on both sides, we can write A bar square is congruent to 1 square is 1 under modulo Q. A bar square is congruent to 1 modulo Q. Suppose this is equation number 1. Also we have given that the Q is factor of A square plus B square. Q is prime factor of A square plus B square, means Q divides A square plus B square. So we can use the definition of congruence and write, therefore by definition of congruence, we can write A square is congruent to minus of B square under modulo Q. A square is congruent to minus of B square under modulo Q. This is from by definition of congruence. Now multiplying both side by A bar square, we get, therefore multiplying both sides by A bar square, we get A square into A bar square is congruent to minus of B square into A bar square under modulo Q, This suppose equation number 2. From equation 1 and equation 2, we get A bar square is congruent to 1 mod Q, and this A bar square is congruent to minus of B square A bar square. A square into A bar square is A bar square. So A bar square is congruent to 1 modulo Q, and A bar square is congruent to minus of B square into A bar square under modulo Q. So combining these congruences, therefore from equations 1 and 2, we can write this A minus of B square A bar square is congruent to 1 modulo Q. This minus of B square A bar square is congruent to 1 modulo Q, and now rearranging this or multiplying by minus 1 on both sides, we get minus plus B A bar, instead of B square A bar square, I will write B A bar square, which is congruent to minus 1 modulo Q. So B A bar square is congruent to minus 1 modulo Q. This implies that X is equals to B A bar square, X is equals to B A bar is solution. This looks like X square, this X square is congruent to minus 1 mod Q. So this X is equals to B A bar is solution of X square is congruent to minus 1 modulo Q. X is equals to B A bar is solution of X square is congruent to minus 1 modulo Q. Since this X square is congruent to minus 1 modulo Q has solution B A bar. So we know that the result, that is X square is congruent to minus 1 mod Q has solution if and only if this Q is equals to 2 or Q is congruent to 1 mod 4. Therefore by using the theorem, X square is congruent to minus 1 mod P if and only if P is equals to 2 or P is congruent to 1 modulo 4. Using this result, we get this Q is equals to 2, or using this by theorem, this we get Q is equals to 2 or Q is congruent to 1 mod 4, and which is contradiction, since our q is congruent to, given that q is congruent to 3 mod 4. If q is equals to 2, then that 2 is not congruent to 3 mod 4, and q is again not congruent to 1 mod 4, since q is congruent to 3 mod 4, which is contradiction to our assumption. Hence, which is contradiction to q is congruent to 3 mod 4. Hence, our assumption is wrong. That is, our assumption was q doesn't divides a. Hence, our q must divide a. And now to prove q divides b, similarly we can prove this. Now to prove q divides b in the similar manner, similarly we can prove that q divides b. On contrary, supposing q doesn't divides b, taking GCD of q and b is equals to 1 and simplifying in the same manner, we will get q divides b. Hence, the proof. In this lemma we have seen, in this lemma we have seen, if q is prime factor of a square plus b square and that q is congruent to 3 mod 4, then q must divide a and b. So to prove this q divides a and q divides b, contrary we have supposed this q doesn't divides a, and then for this q is prime and q doesn't divides a, means these two are relatively prime, so their GCD is 1. So just taking GCD of q and a is equals to 1 and applying the result of the GCD of a and m is equals to 1, then the congruence Ax is congruent to 1 mod m has unique solution, and taking that solution is equals to a bar, we get a bar is congruent to 1 mod q, and squaring on both sides we get equation number 1, that is a bar square is congruent to 1 mod q. Also we have given q is prime factor of a square plus b square, so q is factor of a square plus b square means q divides a square plus b square. So by using definition of congruence, we get a square is congruent to minus of b square under modulo q, and multiplying both sides by a bar square, we will get a bar square is congruent to minus of b square a bar square under modulo q. So combining these two congruences, we get b a bar is solution of x square is congruent to minus 1 mod q, and by using the result x square is congruent to minus 1 mod p, if and only p is equals to 2 or p is congruent to 1 mod 4, we get the contradiction, and hence our q must divide a, and similarly we can prove q divides b. Hence the solution of this lemma, proof of this lemma.